So welcome to Rest Designs, guys, and as you guys have seen on the thumbnail, it's the last part, part 3 of the Mark 1 1.5 to 2 litre 8 valve GTI conversion. But before we get into that update of that video, a word from our sponsors. Rest Designs is our sponsors. Basically, check out the website, guys, restdesigns.com. Everything that's on the website is available. I've had a few people ask me, oh, is this available? The cassette, the Mark III cassette thing, a few other bits for the Mark III. Why is it the Mark III guys are doubting the stuff's there? I put it in stock. If it's in stock, it's in stock. If it's not in, it will say out of stock on the website. And I've got a few new items and a bit of an update of what's going on the website this week. So I haven't done this for a while in a few videos, just updated stuff that actually goes on the site. The site is active, stuff does sell and does get restocked. So what we got coming in this week is I was able to grab a whole load of these for the Mark III anniversary black interior lights. Also got 2 sets of the handles as well, the grabs, the interior handle grabs, all in black original Mark II interior lights with the time delay on them as well. Sunroof, non-sunroof. We've got for my right-hand drive guys, or even left-hand drive as well, who don't want to do the hydraulic conversion. You've got the mechanical conversion cable, basically, which is what you need to do on an O2A and an O2J cable change gearbox. So this is the bit that goes on the gearbox, which is the lever for the pressure plate. That's where it goes, and literally just bolts on these 2 parts. It's really, really easy. These have been selling really, really well, which are these brake resistor for their rear brakes. So if you've gone if you want to get rid of the pesky brake bias valve, or you've got drums and you've converted to discs, kind of put these on and it limits the pressure going to the rear brakes. We've got these ECU covers, rain tray covers, for left-hand drive only, guys, not for right-hand drive, unfortunately. The part number will be on the website and it will state what it's for, but these are in good condition, no broken clips. And I've got 2 of those. Got loads of these little clips, which are for the heat shields on the Mark II Golf on the bulkhead. Basically, the 16 valves came with these, but you can fit them on anything really. These are the heat shields in question. I mean, if you've got the heat shields and you just need the clips, these are literally hard to find. So yeah, I've got a good few sets there. And these are the heat shields that go on the bulkhead. They're original on the 16 valve Mark IIs, the Corrados, the 9As and stuff. And these get battered over the years. And these ones are really good condition, as you can see. They also come with the clips that hold them on. This is slightly different to like the type on the Mark II cars. This is from a Corrado 9A, both of these. So they're slightly different, but there's very little difference in the way they look, apart from maybe just around here. I mean, even the bit that kind of folds over to hold them in place, as you can see on both of them, are in amazingly good condition. So please, guys, buy with confidence. It's PayPal only. You will get this stuff if you do have any issues. Obviously, you can know this is the reason why I chose PayPal. It's secure for myself and for you guys. But yeah, guys, let's get back on today's video, which is the 1.5 to 2 litre GTI Mark 1 conversion, guys. Let's go, update time. So thanks to our sponsors at Rest Designs. Now we're back onto this 1.5 to 2 litre 8 valve conversion on this Mark 1 chassis. Now, been off the channel for a while, and part of the reason is actually I lost a lot of the footage editing between another video, the Red Type 19 project, which I was doing in tandem, and I'm doing in tandem with this. But this is literally the 3rd and final part of this video. So it's basically going to be a walkthrough because I've lost the footage. So it's a 3D printed a mount here for the early Type 19 GTD airbox, which you can also find is on the website. I think there's about 2 left. They were out of stock, so I've just relisted them. Everything's done. We had a problem with, I put gearbox oil in it, it was leaking out of that output flange, and it was like the O-ring, the seal was damaged on it, so I had to remove the flange, replace that, then moved on, got all the bits and bobs bolted on. Will it start? No. Did a whole checked, actually I do have footage of that actually, which is going to be here, which as you can see, I kind of checked the injectors and checked the coil and stuff, and I had spark, but I didn't have injector pulse at all. They weren't clicking at all. Removed them, had them cleaned, which you can see here in this video. Oh no. And as you can see, they're all spraying nice and clean, but they weren't even working. I don't know how they got them to be actually firing up and working, so I'm quite happy with that, because to try and find these early 2E fuel rails integrated, a bit like the ABF, is a nightmare. So yeah, we've got that done, got them working. And then we finally got the car fired up. This is my oil pressure gauge here. So primed it up with just a drill, take the distributor out on the drill, got the pressure up, put the distributor back in, fired it up, bam, it ran. And it does run, and I'll show you it running now. One of the other main issues is obviously we had to run this in because it's a fully built block, so it took a while to map and running at the same time. To put kind of conservative map, because you don't want to put loads of fuel in front of right from the beginning with a brand new block, so that was a bit touch and go, but literally got the fueling spot on as soon as I could before I even looked at the ignition, left ignition basic, just kind of on a running map. Put some mileage in, worked on the cold start, done everything. Now the only thing is the car is literally almost ready to go to the customer. There's one thing, we did the fuel pump conversion using the Polo GT G40 fuel unit, fuel sender unit, similar to what comes on the mk1 GTI, but unfortunately the sender doesn't actually work for the fuel gauge. I've done loads, checked it, removed it, trying to figure out why the resistance just not working at all. So that's the only thing left on the car, which will be going out this week. Also, the ECU is there, made like a little 3D bracket to raise it off the base so that we don't get any water damage. Also put obviously the plug up there, even though the unit is water resistant, or I wouldn't say waterproof, but water resistant definitely for the elements. Just safer to have it on there. And what I've done is I've actually velcroed it to the bottom, so it's literally, it isn't going to move, as you can see. It's securely on there. You don't know tomorrow if this rain tray is going to kind of move the water away, if it just needs a little hole or something, and then it'll damage your ECU. So have it under water. Like even with standard ECUs, you used to have an issue. If you literally sink it in water, you will damage it. But yeah, I mean, I guess the proof is in the pudding. What we'll do is we'll get the gauge so you guys can see the pressure this is producing on cold start. It's about 6 bar, which is pretty cool. It does drop down to, I think, a minimum of about 1.5, 2 bar even on idle. So it's got really good pressure. So make sure it's in neutral. And so it's stone cold. Primes, no pedal because I'm leaning across the car. And have a nice flare up, and then just sit at 1,000. Look at that. That's about as OEM as you're gonna get. And as you can see, sitting on about 6 bar. Flip the throttle. There's no stumble. Perfect. So unfortunately that is basically it for today's video. It's just an update, lost footage, engine's in, it's running. Customer's going to be getting his car back this week. He's very happy. We've had it for a while, waiting on parts and stuff, and waiting on that fuel sender unit for a while as well. So yeah, so that's it guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Next week we're going to have an update on, I've got a red G60 back again, believe it or not, as well as going to have potentially more videos on the red Type 19. And check out the website guys, everything that's listed on the website, if it says it's in stock, it's in stock. Peace out guys.